SM Entertainment founder Lee Soo Man has been in the spotlight lately because of his part in HYBE Corporation's purchase of his stock. The controversial move completed this week, where it has now made HYBE SM's largest shareholder. It was a bold move for a man who is known throughout the industry as the godfather of K-pop, and he's earned that moniker in more ways than one. He's a creative and powerful force in the industry, and he has proven that he could still affect the K-pop genre. For all of his accolades for developing the culture technology system of recruitment, training, and promoting to help create the K-pop we know today, he has helped make all of his acts more successful and for keeping a tight rein on his talent as head of SM's production contractor, Like Holdings. Throughout it all, he has even gained attention for other less than reputable activities. And if you watched my previous video going over the current mess regarding SM, Kakao, and HYBE, you already know that I briefly mentioned his role in the slave contract lawsuit regarding TVXQ and JYJ. And so for this video, I thought I'd explore more of the scandals that Lee Soo Man has been connected to over the years. But before I do, please hit those like and subscribe buttons for me. I have been working very hard to make my way to 100,000 subscribers, and every little bit helps. And now onto the video. Lee Soo Man has been connected to a lot of scandals, and while that's shady on its own, I really had to offer the caveat that Lee Soo Man isn't the only one out there. It's hard to find a squeaky clean executive in Korea. It's an aggressively competitive culture that doesn't encourage altruism and a respect for subordinates. Thanks to the high power distance tolerance in Korean culture, the higher one's ranking in a company, the more power a leader has, and the less people at a lower level resist that authority. We'll come back to this a bit because it's critical to how Lee Soo Man has gained the power he has. According to Dispatch, a Korean celebrity news outlet reported in an expose that back in 1999, SM Entertainment wanted to go public, but it needed 1 billion won in capital to do so, or about $800,000. The company only had 50 million won on hand, or $40,000. So we took a total of 1.15 billion won from SM Entertainment and SM Enterprise funds and used it to buy more stock, putting the capital on his books and also giving him 67% ownership of SM Entertainment. His parents also received stock, and he had used the company's funds to buy SM's own stock, which means no money was actually being put into the company. It was just moved around. This is illegal. SM went public in April of 2000 and shot up the value to 180 billion won, or 139 million. So within a year, he had turned 1.15 billion won into 90 billion won. The next year, he and his parents sold some of that stock, gaining millions of dollars worth of profits in the process. A person taking money out of a company to benefit him or herself is called embezzlement. In 2003, LSM was convicted of this crime and sentenced to 2 years in jail, but he instead took 3 years of probation. And over the years, he sold more stock to gain millions more, partly by issuing stock to himself as a board member that he then sold. And even recently, he sold another 14.8% of his personal shares to HYBE just this year. Lee Soo Man was a director of SM Entertainment, which earned him a hefty salary, but he was also head of SM Enterprise, which provided management services and received 20% of all of SM Entertainment music sales each year. Most of this went into his pocket. After SM went public, he folded SM Enterprise into SM Entertainment, but he found another avenue to make money. He founded Like Holdings to manage SM Entertainment's talent pool and to provide production services. Like received an additional 15% of music sales, most of which went into his pocket. And this was revenue before expenses, meaning there was less money for SM Entertainment to operate on. Fast forward to today, and a recent post, SM Entertainment CEO Lee Soo said that because the money was paid out before profits were calculated, it lowered SM's tax burden, which Korea's National Tax Service eventually got wind of, and as a result, SM Entertainment was forced to pay billions of won and unpaid taxes. American football fans will be familiar with the term passing interference, a foul in which a player is throwing a ball to another and an opposing team member runs in and catches it instead. And if you're surprised like me with the use of a sports reference in K-pop here, don't worry, I'm tapped out for the next year on sports analogies. Thank you for your understanding. And so, according to SM Entertainment CEO Lee Soo, that's pretty much what LSM had been doing with international revenues for a long time. On February 16th, Soo said that LSM is still skimming profits from SM Entertainment through the use of paper companies based in Hong Kong, China, and one of them being CT Planning Limited. This company has parallel contracts with the major American and European label partners to distribute profits, which circumvents the normal process of a contractor receiving money from the main contractor, in this case SM Entertainment. As Sung-soo said, if there were regular distribution contracts, SM Entertainment and its partner company would directly calculate the profit on both sides. Then based on the dividend profit received by SM Entertainment, Lee Soo Man would be paid his 6% in producing fees through Like Holdings domestically. Instead, Lee Soo Man has signed separate contracts with all companies involved and thus claims 6% of the total profits before the profits are calculated and distributed to SM Entertainment and the partner companies. And this is how a passing interference in football works, dears. Again, I'm tapped out, alright? Don't ask me for another sports reference. On October 3rd, 2021, the world was rocked when the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists published what is now known as the Pandora Papers. In the 12 million documents, they contained previously secret financial data of offshore accounts of 130 billionaires, celebrities, and business leaders, as well as 400 public officials from nearly 100 countries. 35 world leaders, including current and former presidents, prime ministers, members of royal families, and heads of states were included. Many of these accounts, which are estimated to totaling up to 32 trillion, were being used to hide assets, in some cases so their owners could engage in money laundering and tax evasion. The papers mentioned Lee Soo Man at least 399 times across 280 documents that included customer management files leaked from the Ilshin accounting firm, which showed that Lee Soo Man purchased a villa in Malibu, California through a company called Polex Development to avoid the limitations of overseas real estate purchases. The papers show that Lee Soo Man established 8 different paper companies in Hong Kong to conceal his holdings and assets. 5 of those companies used borrowed names, including his father's, that LSM was using to conceal his ownership. These companies include Success Maker Investment and JG Christian Charity Foundation, the latter being a company that received donations from LSM's father after they passed through LSM's account and his mother's. At the time, SM Entertainment defended the actions and said that the monies used were properly cleared and that relevant tax authorities had approved the transfers. Since then, however, SM Entertainment CEO Lee Sung-soo has admitted that one of the Hong Kong companies is being used by LSM to intercept incoming revenues that would normally go through SM Entertainment to be booked, and then a portion would then go to Lee Soo Man. I know, that's a lot to take in. Dispatch in the recent report estimated that Lee Soo Man earned over $570 million over the years through a lot of these manipulative and shady means, all while SM Entertainment executives and others simply looked the other way. Okay, that's enough tea spilling for today, friends. I hope you learned something today, maybe sports references or just not to be greedy. Thank you all for watching. Please do not forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons for me. I appreciate you for stopping by. Please check out many more of my videos while you're here, and I shall see you next time.